What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. It's Dave here, and we're back for our next reading of the New Testament. So we'll be reading out of our New King James Version if you want to follow along. Let's take a look at what we're going to be reading today. For those of you that haven't been following along, you know that we're in the book of Ephesians, and we're in chapter 2. So, chapter 2, verses 8 and 9 are two of my favorite verses in the Bible. So, and if you know anything about my one clothing line, By Faith Clothing, this is the verse that it came from. So we're going to talk about by grace through faith, brought near by His blood, Christ our peace, and Christ our cornerstone, for a total of 22 verses today. All right, so if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started. And you He made alive, who were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience, among whom also we all once conducted ourselves in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, just as the others. But God, who is rich in mercy, because of His great love which He has loved us, even when we were dead in trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved, and raised up together, and made us to sit together in the heavenly places in Jesus Christ, that in the ages to come He might show the exceeding riches of His grace and His kindness toward us in Christ Jesus. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. For we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. Therefore remember that you, once Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by what is called the circumcision made in the flesh by hands, that at the time you were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. But now, in Christ Jesus, you who were once far off have been brought near by the blood of Christ. For He Himself is our peace, who has made both one, and has broken down the middle wall of separation, having abolished in His flesh the enmity, that is, the law of commandments contained in ordinances, so as to create in Himself a new man from two, thus making peace. And He might reconcile them both to God in one body through the cross, thereby putting to death the enmity. And He came and preached peace to you who were afar off, to those who were near, and to those who were near. For through Him we have both have access by one Spirit to the Father. Now therefore, you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and members of the household of God, having been built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ Himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom the whole building, being fitted together, grows into a holy temple in the Lord, in whom you also are being built together for a dwelling place of God in the Spirit. That concludes chapter 2 of our reading today. Hope you all have a blessed Sunday. If you didn't get to go to church, there's always other options for you. I went to church this morning, but and I'm not even in America, so if you want to go to church, there's always a way to find a good church to go to. So if not, though, just remember you can always go online, share these readings that I do, If you're looking for a church and you haven't found one to visit online, I do recommend vintagechurch.cc. That's a church back in Texas that I really enjoy. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless.
When life keeps falling and wonder where he is in all this mess, he's right there to guide you. Unseen, you're not alone.